Hey, if it like YouTube, welcome back to another episode of the Black Barrel. Right, so the pump's still off, and the tank's been sitting for about, oh god, maybe about 3 or 4 days, and I just didn't like the fact that the tank's sitting here with no filtration. There's no skimming, there's no phosphate media running or nothing, because these are all dependent on the return pump. So I decided to tee off from the UV sterilizer, and I've got this running pretty good now, so at least now I've got the phosphate reactor running, so at least that's something. So the plumbing I did have here for the reactor, I've took it off, and I've connected it to the Cheeto tank, just so that I could get this water filtering, kind of. I'll show you what I mean. So I've added this bit on here, and this puts the water into this centre section, and I've got a little bit of water here with my Ahoy pumping the water into the Cheeto tank, and that just keeps that cycling, keeps that going. And then what I've done is the return for the UV sterilizer, I've actually got it in the top tank, and it's taking the water from the sump, putting it up to the display tank, and that's kind of keeping this whole area going, and at least the water's filtering through the filter socks now. So I'll just show you, it's up here, and I've got this like this just now because the return pump's not working. As soon as I get the return pump working, this will then go back down into the sump. But yeah, you can see here, so there's a fair bit of flow coming out of here, so that's pretty good. So with doing it this way, I've got the UV sterilizer working, and I've got the water filtering through the sump, and it's going through the filter socks and the phosphate media. So it's not brilliant, it's not perfect again. Perfect situation would be a bloody return pump that was working, but it's making the best of a bad situation. And the water that's going through is very slow, but at least the water's getting circulated through the sump now, and it's better than nothing. So it's just a matter of now waiting for the bits to get sent for the return pump. As soon as that comes, we'll get everything back the way it was, hopefully. Right, well, it's been about a week and still no sign of the bits for the return pump. Christ knows when that's coming. And like I said in the last episode, the green hair algae is pretty bad if I didn't touch the rocks, so I've deliberately this last week, I've not touched the rocks at all. I've not scrubbed them, I've not cleaned them, I've done nothing to the tank. The only thing I've done was I've cleaned the glass once this week, and that's it. And the rocks are looking pretty grim, and to be honest, I think they're probably looking a bit worse than they would if I had the filtration working, because it's been a week now that there's been no skimming. So the tank's not been skimmed at all for the last 7 days, which is probably isn't helping my matters worse. Jesus, what's wrong with my bloody stuttering here? But yeah, you can see all the hair algae coming now. The rocks look crap, like. So I'm not even bothered about it now, to be honest. I'm fed up with it. I'm not even gonna be scrubbing the rock or doing nothing. I'm just gonna let it go as wild as it wants, do what it wants, and hopefully that'll help use up some of the nutrients that's coming off the rocks. And then I'm just gonna add a shitload of cleanup crew and various snails, hermit crabs, urchins, you name it, it's going in, and an algae blenny as well. So they're just going to hear a banquet when they get in here, and they can just feast on it all to their heart's content, and then hopefully that'll just get rid of it, because I'm absolutely fed up scrubbing this rocks. I'm not doing it anymore. I've had enough of it. So it is what it is. It can just do what it wants. I don't care anymore. You can see it all taking hold in the rock. But yeah, I was a bit anal about scrubbing the rocks all the time and keeping it on top of it, but it makes no bloody difference. The stuff's going to grow, it's going to grow. You're just as well just leaving it to do its bloody own thing, and then wait for it to burn itself out and get a good clean-up crew to sort it out. So that's what I'm going to do. As soon as I'm finished paying for bloody other things. So I've ended up buying another car, so that's run away with some of my money, like. So the tank's been put on the side burner just now, but hopefully it'll get to look good. Okay, so an update on the Jebao pump. What was wrong with it is the power transformer. It's knackered, so the company's sending me a new one. But it's been over a week now and still no sign of the pump, so I've got no choice but to stick the Fluval SP4 back on. Even although it's making a right bloody rocket, I've got no choice. I had to get this filtration working somehow, so I'm just going to put up with the noise. Right, so I'm filming this now, but I've turned off the sound on the video, because the last thing you want to hear is me talking and that bloody rocket in the background, because it's unbelievable. But with the tank not being switched on for a week, the skimmer's just going mental, like, so I've had to turn it right down and just let it drain into the sump, and hopefully it'll calm down and I'll be able to start skimming again. But just now it's just going crazy, like. And here I've moved this is a return from the UV, and I've moved it down into here, because what was happening was it was actually pumping the water up to the display, but then this first two sections were dropping down in height, and there wasn't enough water getting over to this section, and this section was running dry all the time. So I've had to move it down into that middle section, and then that just keeps the whole things balanced again. So the plus point is at least the centre section is getting good flow, and I've changed the plumbing here, like you see, so I no longer need that wee Eheim 1000 for that wee refugium. It's just teed off here, and this is the way I'm going to keep the plumbing, actually, especially even once I get the new bits for that Jebao pump. It's just going to stay like this, because it seems to be a lot better, and the skimmer's still going mental, but hopefully it'll sort itself out. But yeah, like I say, there's good flow in there, and it's looking no bad. UV steriliser's doing its thing, so at least the engine room's running, albeit rather loud, but I can put up with that for a wee while anyway, and hopefully we get things back to the way they were, and touch wood, I have no more problems with the Jebao pump, because if I do, I'm just going to ditch it and I'm going to get something else. Yep, so everything's running for now anyway. And the Cheeto, it's growing pretty good. I decided to hang the lights down the side there because it just made more sense than having it sticking on the top and trying to block the light from the rest of the sump, so it's worked out pretty good, and the Cheeto seems to be growing even better now. So like I say, I'm loving the phosphate reactor hooked up to the UV. That's pretty good. So that's pretty much where we're at just now. Hopefully it's changing tides and it's going to be plain sailing from here on in. Fingers crossed anyway. But yep, hopefully things are changing for the better. Alright, shipmates, some of you guys and girls were asking if the tongues were dead, they're alive, what's happening? Well, nope, they're all alive. I only lost one fish to ick, and that was the sailfin tongue. Everybody else has survived, and I think that's down to my quick action and getting them all into copper. So one loss from an ick outbreak, I can live with that. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. And some of these guys, I've had them for like 6-7 years, like the regal tongue, and yellow tongue, and the duke, the vampire tongue. These guys are about 6-7 year old, so I'd have been devastated if I'd lost one of them, to be honest. But yep, so they're all ready to go into the Pearl. I'm not putting them in yet because I want to get the engine room running the way I want to first with the Jebao pumping up. So as soon as all that's sorted out, these guys will be put over. The black clowns, they're going to go up to Dead Man's Chest, and we'll see how they get on. But yep, so these guys are all good, ready to go. And yep, that's pretty much it for this episode. So until next time, thanks for watching. Bye bye.